Milken has several core values which all strengthen our community in order to reach the goal of unity. For example, Kehillah values being a joyful, welcoming community, and Ahavat Israel encourages connecting to Israel and the Jewish people. These core values aren't just random. They serve a very important purpose, which is to help us as a community embody the idea of covenant. The idea of covenant has been central throughout all of Jewish history. In the Tanakh, it is an expression of significant mutual relationships. The covenant began between God and Abraham and continues on to us today with all the rights, responsibilities, and privileges of such an important relationship. Rabbi Jonathan Sacks wrote, "God cannot redeem the world without human participation. Humanity cannot redeem the world without recognition of the divine. The covenant between man and God cannot and did not exist without effort from both parties." But covenants don't only exist between man and God. They also exist between us amongst our community. In Deuteronomy 29:9, God explains the radical inclusion of the covenant to the Jewish people. And he finished by saying, "I make this covenant with its sanctions, not with you alone, but with those who are standing here with us this day before the Lord our God, and with those who are not with us here this day." We are all united under a covenant which strengthens the well-being of the collective while simultaneously celebrating each person's individuality. Although the covenant formed the basis of the Jewish story, it didn't end in the Bible. Our modern society still maintains the essence of covenant as it binds us together. We practice tikkun olam out of a sense of partnership to our world and our Creator, and we give tzedakah to help the needy while also gaining a sense of fulfillment and accomplishment. By strengthening the world around us, we're also strengthening our own unique character. We all bring something different, but just as valuable to the table, meaning that ultimately every single person in this community will contribute to our diversity. Sacks also wrote that we should recognize that we are enlarged, not diminished by difference. In this community, no two people maintain their brit with God or even with each other in the same way. Although we differ in expression, the covenant is binding, meaning that regardless of the differences between us, we unite to reach our goal. Except sometimes, something can get in our way, and that something is usually us. According to rabbinic tradition, the destruction of the Second Temple, Judaism's holiest site, can be attributed to sinat chinam, meaning baseless hatred. It's when you have no grounds or no reason to hate someone, but you just do. If it caused that much disaster to our community back then, just imagine what this hatred is doing to us now. It has been the downfall of the Jewish people, not only destroying our physical temple, but also our hope and unity. In Orot HaKodesh, Volume 3, Rav Kook provides a solution to this, explaining that if we were destroyed and the world with us due to baseless hatred, then we shall rebuild ourselves and the world with us, with baseless love, ahavat chinam. You might be wondering what this looks like in practice. Well, for example, if you're talking to another student and they speak in a different way than you do, you might be bothered. It might bother you. You may start gossiping to your friends about how much they annoy you, just how much you hate the way they speak. But I really want you to ask why. Why does a student deserve my hatred when I barely even know them? Maybe they grew up speaking a different language than me, and that's just the way they know how to speak. By giving them the benefit of the doubt, you can ease your own irritation without assigning harmful descriptions to a person who probably meant no harm. Because sinat chinam is just so easy to slip into without noticing. As we work within ourselves to reduce the baseless hatred we feel for others, we are improving the well-being of our community and strengthening our covenant. So I want you to consider this. Today I challenge you to think about someone you might have feelings of annoyance towards and really, really ask yourself why, and if it's worth it. Then find someone who you don't have a reason to love and love them. Compliment something kind they did, help them out with their assignments or any problem that they're having, or sit with them when they're alone. And most importantly, really feel the ahavat chinam in your heart. If we all work to slowly replace sinat chinam with ahavat chinam, we can build a community here at Milken, which is both completely welcoming and long-lasting. Since we have a covenant binding us together, we must maintain it. We are all a part of something greater than ourselves when we practice ahavat chinam, and after all, practice makes perfect.